All right, the mood of a verb. This is also new for a lot of students. You actually know 2/3 of this already, and the third part is such a rarely used case. You probably can get through most of your life being happy and content without knowing it, except for the occasional grammar test, or if you want to impress a teacher or professor at some point along the way. Not trying to minimize it or trivialize it, but the reality is many adults don't use this correctly. If you can, it's one other way to impress them, especially if you're trying to prove you're older and more experienced or wiser than you otherwise might be chronologically. Let's get to it. All right, the moods of verbs. First is the indicative mood, or it indicates. This is the most common type of mood in a verb. Okay, this makes statements and asks questions. So all interrogative sentences, go back to 7th grade vocab and LN. Okay, interrogative, asking questions, all those are indicative mood. So if it's a question, boom, done, indicative mood. A direct statement. I did this, she said that, indicative mood, declarative, boom, indicative, you're done. It indicates something, nothing to discuss or wonder about. Imperative mood. Okay, commands and requests, all imperative sentences. Again, so 2/3 of this you already know. So interrogatives are all indicative, imperatives are all imperative, exclamatories, well, we're not going to cover that right now. So the question is, what's the subjunctive mood thing? Well, subjunctive is wishing or if statements, which are not actually true, meaning they haven't happened yet. They're not factual. There's more of an idea. So in subjunctive moods, we get this unusual case where we use were instead of was. It doesn't actually agree with the verb, with the subject. Or we might use the base form without conjugating the verb, early infinitive, dropping the to. Most often, that's the verb be. We also can use this for longer sentences that state the desired action. So the school requires that students be in class by 7:45 a.m. It's not that students are in class or were in class, it's they be in class. Kind of a general rule going forward, doesn't specify a particular date or time frame for that verb, so we'll use the base form. It's another way to think of it is it's kind of subject to how you approach it, or subject to one person's opinion or perspective. This gets tricky, but just stay with the simplicity of it. So the mood in the following sentences. Can't you just borrow the car? It's a question, therefore it's indicative mood. If she were older, we would go to Disneyland. Okay, we've got two verbs there. We would go. Looks like some kind of perhaps conditional. Let's not worry about that right now. We would go to Disneyland. Okay, fine. If she were. She were older. Well, was is more likely to be used there. So if she were, that makes it the subjunctive form. The if, or wished that, or asked that, or wondered that, those kind of lead-in words will tell you most likely is going to follow by the were instead of was, or the be form instead of a regular verb. That's subjunctive. Go home. It's an imperative, it's command form, imperative mood, good to go. Again, might be one you actually want to do as a class together. Stay with it, ask questions, good hunting.